So right here we are seeing the sun shield, and it is reminding us to be authentic, saying show us the path to energetic balance, deeply knowing self, most authentic qualities as embodied Sophianic consciousness. Sophianic consciousness is the female aspect of the Christ consciousness. Call upon her to honor and respect the emergence of divine feminine, restoring her true identity and reclaiming her divine power on this earth, to break free from social programming of obsolete gender roles. Very important. And then clearing the universal shadow timeline. And this is a point in the 11th dimension. It's saying we need to clear out its shadow aspects that generate the shadow selves. And then call upon the eternal Christos Infinity Sun plasmas to hold an appropriate hosting shield for any individual or collective consciousness for the opportunity to authentically heal and integrate the inner, the outer, and the in-between layers of the shadow self. And then it says, unraveling us at the deepest levels of integrity, the profound authentic selves of unlimited proportions to manifest our true soul desires. And then it goes on to talk about embodying integrity. Identify the behaviors that require change. Observe the obstacles that other people use excuses to lie or violate your personal moral code. Build authentic relationships through truthfulness. Be of service to others and live as an example for embodying truthfulness and integrity. And then develop accountability for personal behaviors and actions. And if you make a mistake, be willing to admit it and apologize. This first vortex I found is a green adventuring 3-tree vortex. It's talking about subliminal messages. These are messages that are embedded in something like music, TV, or signs designed to pass below the normal limits of the human mind's perception. These messages are unrecognizable by the conscious mind, but do affect the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind creates the reality. And so through this, the reality is created in someone else's image. If they can create a sensory experience with it, it will embed better in your mind. This is why music and movies are a popular choice for subliminal messages. You're hearing, seeing, and feeling while you're watching and listening. Oftentimes, memories will pop up as well, which will deepen the embedding. Given enough time to research a ritual, one can create nearly any effect. Okay, and now it's talking about how to manipulate reality and change what timeline you're on. So using causality manipulation, the user can redirect any cause and effect, undo anything by inverting the relation cause and effect, or even separate them entirely, making specific effects possible to cause a specific cause to produce any effect. Another possibility is the instant rewriting of a whole reality by making reality X, the current reality, the cause of reality Y, the new reality. And then reality warping is the ability to change, create, or even destroy parts of the entirety of reality. In general, it works on the principle that the user rearranges the very structure of reality to suit their desire. So you're rearranging what timeline you're on. Using quantum manipulation, it's unpredictable, according to scientists now, but you can do it. Leads to fabrication and transmutation of matter into any material the user desires. Users of the quantum manipulation can have some control over space-time the laws of physics, and possible reality. 2, processing, redirecting authority over reality. Use quantum uncertainty, which is the alternate timeline creation. And then more about reality warping, manipulation of reality through one's imagination, thoughts, or various aspects of the mind. So you need power of the mind to do this. A range of applications and methods of how they are applied to reality. Reality warpers can use dreams, matter, energy, dimensions, manipulation, or space-time electromagnetism to freely command reality according to one's conscious desire. And then future probability cognition, the user can predict and connect to probabilities of events in space-time stream. And once the user has perceived the space-time stream play out, the user can manipulate any of the infinite potential outcomes, creating other possible futures. And then you're going to need the use of quantum foam manipulation, which these are smaller than the quantum strings. They bypass all limitations of quantum strings and the blocks to reality that they cause. This power allows the user to manipulate the laws of the existence down to the smallest units. And then it's talking about addressing fears of death. So the ego dies many times and the body returns to the earth, but the spirit or the essence does not die. This is forever. We live and die many lifetimes in many dimensions. You can clear the blocks and access these memories. You can send and receive messages from these lifetimes, because they are only perceived as linear in the reality. They are all happening in the now moment. Time is only a coordinate location on a map. And then be of service to others. You are on your way to knowing that you have spiritual power in which you have the free will and divine right to choose where to direct that power. Reclaim your spiritual power as an embodied eternal consciousness that is one with God and the natural laws. So this is all talking about ascension and remembering who you are. Awakening starseeds and indigos may naturally find themselves holding space for others around them, or more directly holding space for earthly creatures, land ley lines, or participating in co-creations and collaboration with the world of forces and support the planetary ascension. So that's what these vortexes are and what I'm showing you. Holding space for the land or grid is also called environmental harmonization. It is the action of restoring energetic balance to an area. So I'm awakening these vortexes and restoring balance, and you can do the same. This vortex is a blue Cassidony 6 tree vortex. It's talking about building with the blue. We got the tools, we got the crew. Come to their rescue. You have a dream, you want to make it real. So this is talking about the indigo races and referring to the souls of the 6th-dimensional frequency band of consciousness. And they're here as representatives for the guardians and protectors of the living light library, and to prevent this planet from falling into the phantom matrix. The indigos are here to fulfill the planetary ascension cycle by holding the higher frequency and light codes required to support planetary grids and activate the higher DNA coding. And then it's talking about trust and follow your heart. So develop emotional cognition through your discernment. We have to learn to have full trust, what we are feeling in the moment, what we are experiencing through our intuitive body, even if it doesn't fit our mental framework. This is hard because there are entities out there that like to mess with us. They will view our fears and manipulate reality or the way we are viewing it to play into these fears. Deep knowing of what's going on is very quiet. It is not constant voice or feeling. You must learn to still the mind to really feel this knowing. And identify trustworthy traits within yourself to gain self-trust. In doing this, you will start to hold all who interact with you to a higher standard. The negative behavior what you once tolerated is no longer acceptable. Start to understand cause and effect. Positive actions and thoughts have positive results. Negative have negative results. The actions and thoughts you take shape your reality. This is also a timeline, one of the organic training timelines. This timeline is a portal of time, and it connects to the 115 timeline in another universe. The magic squares for this timeline connect you to the time gatekeepers in parallel universe, but are the same timeline. The corners are all phantom corners, and they change in different timelines. They are placed to relate to the elements. Okay, this vortex is a golden tiger eye 7-tree vortex. It's saying, he's right, you are powerful, don't worry, you are always the strongest next to me, true form fire. So that's the Ifrit. Paradox reveals past memories as well as trauma, journey beyond. Gives you the most resonance, progress, and inquisitive soul. Your soul's curiosity must be quenched. What lies within the depths? Diving into the realm will surely bear fruit for you. This unlocks a teleport waypoint. And then it's talking about we were in uncharted territory, making up history as we went along. The sun will shine on your heart. You can't stop now. Dream vortex. Find unity walker. Human ancestor. Created from blue sea of life. So that's the blue flame, the blue ray. Scientist, philosopher, alchemist, warrior, explorer. Hordes of demons race towards the humans. Blood turned the earth to black, so this created the Phantom Matrix. Surviving women chased by newborn abominations possessed children. So that's when the demons started possessing the kids and being born through human women. And this was the fall of humanity. Trapped inside the incarnation cycle. Now I must find the courage to navigate, continuing on to the end until it be finished yields true glory. Ask how to become the dragon, that's your soul. Reclaim their every soul. So reclaiming the souls of the fragments so that they make it beyond the reincarnation cycle. There are several really interesting clocks, different U's, so different U's in different timelines. Master the power, so each one has a different power that you can master and connect to through this vortex. And then it's going to go on to talk about Solomon. This guy is more of a machine, so he has been possessed by the 72 demons plus AI and all kinds of stuff. He also has a lot of wisdom. She was just as powerful. Our goal is to bring peace and justice. So that's the goal that I have, bring peace and justice. He is a relentless seeker with little regard for values, justice, fairness, or the respect for law. So he's been making these blends and stuff without the respect for natural laws and stuff. So, and he will seek and try to find these blends wherever they are. And that's the end of it.